Greetings and salutations to all you out there on the interwebs. Welcome to the December 2017 Meridies Heraldic Decision Meeting. Woo! Tonight with me I have my lovely cohorts. Let's see, I'll start off with Ragged Staff.
Hi, I'm Seraphina, Ragged Staff.
Hi.
Deputy Pennon.
Hello, everybody. I am the Honorable Lord Ulrich Eisenhand, and in about 5 days, I will be penning. And I happen to have with me for world first the youngest incipient herald, youngest incipient herald in the Kingdom of Meridies.
Let's start them off early. Yes.
Yes.
That's a future beacon in training.
Eleanor Ann. Blondet, watch your seat.
Torch.
I think Mama's going to be coming in here and taking her defeater here in a little bit.
Hi, I am the Honorable Lord Matthias Blackett. I am Torch Herald, in charge of courts and precedents.
Centaur.
Who almost answered when Torch was called. Seriously. I'm Alexander Raven.
You just want this job back, don't you?
What?
It's a good job, I know.
I can't hear what you're saying.
You just want this job back.
You think I can pry it out of your fingers?
My cold, dead fingers.
What about your wet, webby feet?
Quack.
Are you suggesting that he is a duck?
Wrong waterfowl.
Oh, are only ducks. Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah, yes.
The ducks for you.
So continuing on, White Antelope.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn Ogadwelly. I am White Antelope Herald. I don't currently hold any heraldic offices for a change, so I am commenting as White Antelope.
And our good friend Adelaide.
Hi, I'm Adelaide of Iron Mountain, or Adelaide Colette de Montferrer. Herald at Large, commentary, yada, yada.
All right, we
Oh God, Alexander's got the duck hat.
But of course.
It's his duckle coronet. He's entitled.
He is entitled to wear the duckle coronet.
Hey. Dukes were also known as ducks. There's evidence of this in the medieval English dictionary.
There is, however, there's one instance of it recorded there, and it was probably a misspelling in conjunction, because we actually had this come up at one point in commentary. I happen to have gotten that coronet in court, so I'm the Baron of Duckburn.
And joining us via chat, we have Thorfina. Hi, Thorfina.
She's in here now.
Oh, we got voice.
Yay, Thorfina has voice.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
All right, so we're going to start on this letter. I was notified that for some reason the link that I sent for offer did not work. If you check on the Facebook chat, in my Facebook post, it's now down in the commentaries. But we're going to get started here with number 1, which has a new name and a new device, and there's my pointer. Okay. So we have Kelly Engine Augusta.
Angus. It's the Gaelic version of Angus.
Okay, Angus. So the submitter, feminine name, Austin tendency for Gaelic 800 to 1000. The sound Kelly most important, and I don't believe we actually received any commentary on the name.
Correct.
commentary was mostly on the device, so let's pop in.
You know, the main thing I would be concerned about would be the dates on the name elements.
Which I'm checking right now.
Now, Kelly, she's got between 800 and 1,000, but an Indian, that's an earlier form, so that would probably go. I cannot remember whether the OENGUSA is a
What it dates
I think
to.
it's an earlier form, and I don't think it needs to be lenited or anything. Let me see what I can find out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it doesn't give a date.
I think vowels do not need to be lenited.
Oh, that's right. As long as that's an early enough form of Angus to go with the other two name elements, we should be fine on it then.
According to the documentation, here collection of Irish genealogical material from the pre-Norman period, so pre-12th century. That could
Okay,
still
so
be
let's-
in the that could still be in an area that's running foul. Be in the 1100s.
Yeah, well, that's
You got
definitely
500 years.
that's definitely the genitive form.
Yes.
So we're
Yep.
cool on that. It's got the correct accents, and it seems to be the correct time period.
And it was found 191 times. So
Yeah, it's a fairly popular name.
Yeah, so that looks like it's going to be pretty good
okay.
as far as the name goes. Let me see if I can find anything on conflict.
And if it's not correct, I'm pretty sure that Pelican can fix it.
Oh yeah.
She may know a couple things about Gaelic.
Yeah.
A couple.
Yeah. I was looking for her article on it because I've got that somewhere, but yeah.
All right. So
What
while
I can find here.
Bronwyn, while you do that, we'll continue on. We'll go on to the device.
No, I'm not seeing anything on OENG. Let's try the. The closest I can see here is Caitlin Inyan Anguson. And Kelly and Caitlin are not, they begin with the same letter, and that's about it.
Okay.
So I think we should be okay on that. Let me try one more thing here. Okay. No, I'm still not finding anything. So I think we're going to be okay on the name, at least as far as I can tell on a quick search.
Okay. And Oscar didn't really see anything either. So.
No.
All right. So let's go on to this device. It was submitted as Argent Assemi of Compass Stars Sable, a female centaur passant guardant natural, wearing a bow and a quiver and bearing a lyre oar.
I think the changes that were made, dropping the weapons and
Yes.
And accentuating the lyre, and also changing the semi from the cut from cloth to the scattered form, it makes a lot of difference as far as the identifiability of the charge.
Yes, which is, if you're looking, it's going to be the last one down at the very bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where I'm running a file is, as I was looking up things, since they're wanting this somewhat natural, and we haven't done a natural or proper centaur. I think it was said since '89.
Mm-hmm.
Question: I'm running a file.
I know we've done centaurs, but yeah.
Where I'm running a file is, as I was looking up under glossary of terms under table 4. Horses do not have a default color.
No, they do not.
But human bits, humans and human parts have a proper color, and it's considered argent, which is a metal. So since we have a crossbreeding between an animal and a human here, do we have more of a neutral coloring, or do we have a problem with it running
I think the majority of this female centaur is brown, however you look at it. And also her hair falls down behind her arms such that her entire upper torso is on a brownish background.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a major deal as far as visually needing contrast. And plus, the Caucasian bits of the centaur are less than half of the centaur.
Yeah.
All right. One last question to see what y'all think. And the last one, we have somewhat of a two-tonish color. If you look, the body is definitely a lighter brown than the tail or the hair.
Well, a bay horse is brown with a black tail and mane. So if it were a bay horse, the mane, which in this case would be the woman's hair, the centaur's hair, and the tail would actually be black. But if it's a brown horse, I would think they would need to be the same, but maybe darken the body just a little bit. The only problem with that is that if you darken it too much, it's going to look sable.
So maybe just send it up as is to.
I would, I think.
I don't think Oscar's really all that great at recognizing brown.
Yeah.
Dark brown, it's not really customized for it. You don't use it.
Okay.
But as far as I would agree that it looks like the charge is more neutral because there's about half of it's white and gold, and the other half, and a little bit more than half is brown.
Okay. All right. So I'll get Kirk to draw up a black and white of this, and we'll send it up then with the redraw.
That sounds good.
I will check with the submitter and make sure that the submitter has seen the redraw and that they accept as well. So since that was not discussed.
I
was thinking that actually.
Well, I think taking some of the extra colors out has also removed the complexity problem, because now we've got 1, 2, 3 charge types basically, and 1, 2, 3, 4 colors.
Yeah.
So we've got about a 7 complexity, and so that takes care of that particular problem.
Yeah, dropping the hunting gear dropped the complexity count a lot. So.
Right.
And going ahead and going with a brown tail and brown hair kind of helped as well.
Right. Well, there are no horses with brown bodies and blonde tails. It just doesn't work that way. The closest would be like a chestnut with a light color, but that's not, or a dark palomino or something. But that's not what was drawn.
Right. All right. So we'll send them.
I think if they wanted to do something a little bit more period, neither depiction of the liar is in a period posture.
Mm-hmm.
It would be doing what you see like this, because liars in art and heraldry and period were made to look like they're being played. Just look at all the statues of Apollo out there.
Right. Is that going to be an issue though with?
It resolves the issue you were just talking about.
Okay.
Well, basically, she's maintaining a liar, not necessarily playing it, but.
Yeah, but the default. I think the default for maintaining a liar would be like that. Just like if you were maintaining a sword, you're not grasping it by the middle.
Okay, I see your point. So you can
Okay,
move,
so-
move over one hand so that it was sort of in front of the lyre.
Well, no, the lyre would be here. I don't have a musical instrument in my house. Big surprise.
So she would maintain it more over here.
Yeah. She's presenting it in this picture. Lyres look like they're being played in art. So this is I think this is an unusual placement for a lyre in any depiction, and particularly when you get to the blazon, you're going to have to specify it if you want to go
See,
that
the
way.
problem is, if you put it on the field, there is a contrast issue.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it as well.
I think there's a contrast. I think there's a contrast with that or lyre on that argent body.
Well, it's about half on the horse's body, but still.
Yeah, and one of the problems with that is even though it's intrinsically dark, you're still dealing with the fact that it's a weird tincture, and weird tinctures, weird postures, and things like that. I don't like them a great deal, particularly since she's trying a couple of different things here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you either need to put that in the blazon or modify the emblazon to make it match the blazon, because I don't think they match at this point.
I wouldn't sweat the blazon too much. Wreath will figure it out.
Yeah, that's my thought on that. I think that if the blazon needs to be changed to specify a specific way of maintaining this lyre, that Wreath can reblazon it.
If I had to reblazon, I would say maintaining in front.
Or you could just put on a centaur.
Well, she's
because then it would
holding
be
it, though.
like centered on top of
Centaur, yeah.
centaur. It wouldn't
I
be.
think you've got this.
I mean, on a centaur maintaining in her hands.
Well, you could say a centaur maintaining with both hands or something like that, a lyre.
So is this.
We'll work it out. I don't think it's something that we could kick it back at this level.
No,
So let it go up. I'll worry about that when I'm setting it up.
Who knows? Maybe the submitter doesn't like it without the hunting gear and doesn't want to send it up.
the submitter, as far as I understand, has okayed dropping the hunting gear.
Okay.
So
Let's see.
we'll find out when I contact the submitter.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah, so this person is doing Charon, Apollo, and Artemis.
Pretty much.
but, yeah, so we'll find out and then we'll go from there. So all right. So let's move on to number 2. Deidre Dow. Lagency, ghouls, and or a polar bear statement argent. We have a couple issues with this.
With conflict.
Yeah, one is a conflict, and that needs to pause. One is conflict, and the other is that the bear is not really postured in a true statement.
Because it isn't lifting the front paw.
Right.
I had to do a device with a polar bear on it for a submitter a couple of years ago, and even though this is a natural walking posture for a bear, I had to redraw the front paw to be above, to be lifted in order for it to be a passant position.
The submitter is in my group, and I've spoken with them. They are okay with was returning it if dormant would stop the conflict, because the submitter actually wants it to be dormant.
Well, dormant, we're going to run into the meatloaf problem. It's going to have to be really clear what it is.
I've already seen the redraw, and it takes up there just about the entire device, so it should be clear.
That's not the size is not the issue. The fact that dormants are all meatloaves is the issue.
Yeah, well, hold on.
The problem is just differentiating the distinct characteristics that make it what it is. So the head on a polar bear would have to be very clear.
Hold on.
Hey, does this mean I can register a polar bear ghouls?
No.
And I think we're going to be doing more of a bear argent than we actually are going to be doing a
Well, this
polar
doesn't.
bear.
This actually doesn't have the hump on it that's distinctive of a polar bear. This is more just a white bear. The drawing that we have, like I had a drawing of a bear. Hold on a second here, and let me see if I can find this.
I think that it would be clear. My cursory over the O&A, the closest I'm coming is Vert, a bear dormant Conturni Argent. You get 1 DC for the field. I think you get 1 DC for posture.
Let me see if I can find the one that we registered, because all he had on it was a bear too.
Let me show the proposed dormant.
Tristan Gray of Manchester registered May 2015 via the Outlands.
How does that work?
Hold on a second. Where is he?
How does what work?
Hold on. Let me talk again. There you go. Can you see what I'm sharing there?
If you tap this square and leave it up.
I think that would end up turning it into the meatloaf, because to me it looks like if you got it too far away, it possibly looked like the meatloaf issue. Plus, I'm looking at Penzic traceable art right now, and there is no bear dormant traceable art on Penzic traceable art.
Here we go. Let's see. New device. Okay, the one that I will show you, the one that I redrew, if I can get it to.
I'm checking Oscar, trying to find one as well.
Let's see. Copy image. Come on.
Because I believe I've seen.
I'm trying to get the picture.
I believe I've seen that bear before.
Copy the image. Hold on. How do I get this thing to go into chat? How do I get this thing into chat? I'm trying to cut and paste, but that's not working. Let's see.
Remember, chat won't take multimedia.
Okay, look up Gunnar and Vitti under Oscar.
Yeah, he's got a really good polar bear.
Gunnarr. And it's got a walking polar bear.
As your polar bear passing Contourni and a Bordeaux Argent?
Yes.
Yeah, that would clear because you're changing the field and you're adding a Bordeaux.
Right, but what I'm saying is I redrew that bear with the paw raised if they want to use that bear. They could turn it around or whatever, but it is pass on.
Hold on.
I'm pasting links in
Copy
chat.
Image. Now let me get back into chat and try this.
Yeah, on a cursory
It
check,
just will not paste.
I don't see any conflicts on a dormant bear argent.
Mhm.
Is that the same? Is that the same bear?
Hang on a second.
Adelaide.
Show
Yes.
yours again.
Try this link. Try this link.
Yes, it is. It's the same bear.
Okay.
Hold on, file share. Oh,
As I said, that is the bear that I redrew with the paw raised for his thing, and that is a polar bear.
yeah, Adelaide. I think that's the same bear.
Yeah, that's the same bear, and I just pasted who it belongs to.
Yeah, the one from Callantyr that passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be larger than that, so it should be well. I mean, if they consider that to be well defined enough,
With no notes on the lower, so
Then that should be fine. I mean, it's large enough, and the lines are prominent and bold enough that I don't see any problem personally with identifying that.
okay.
Yeah, I just know how the whole low font causes problems sometimes, so that's why I was unsure. And not being able to like zoom it out on my paint.net, I wasn't able to like see if it was gonna actually have that appearance.
Right.
Because that's how I check them.
Yeah, because about 6 months ago, I was able to get a wolf dormant on a book passed.
Well, as long as it's clear what it is, it's not, they don't have any problem with them. The problem is that it's just so difficult to come up with one that's clear enough.
Yeah, it's just a matter of someone actually being able to draw it well enough. I actually got some kudos on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Argent Dormant is a heck of a lot easier than like Sable Dormant.
Oh, yes.
Which my wolf was sable.
Nice, good job.
Yeah.
Now, do we have any conflict problems with a dormant bear on this background?
No.
Well, we're going to be, yeah, I mean, as soon as I draw up the return for this and everything, I'm going to be emailing this back to Cypher.
Well, I just did a very cursory brute force conflict check with dormant bears.
Right.
The closest one I found was Vert, a bear dormant Conturni Argent, which I think we get a DC for the field and a DC for the posture.
Right.
The orientation.
yeah.
Orientation.
Absolutely.
So that was the closest I could find. Everything else had additional charges or a border or.
That's the closest I could find too.
I was gonna say that was what Serafina said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too.
Well, then
right.
it looks like it's probably okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and return it, and we'll immediately start with the resubmission process.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to number 3. Enar Knitter, new badge. Fieldless, a gauntlet clinch ghouls charged on the Kulf with a cross potent ore.
Okay.
We get a DC for both fieldless against fieldless and for adding changing the secondary group, or I guess in the way that would be a tertiary group.
It's a tertiary.
Yeah, tertiary group with the one conflict that was found. But we have somebody wondering if it's considered offensive.
A cross potent? We've been registering those for years.
It's a matter of it's being connected with the gauntlet they're worried. The one committer is worried about it being associated with the Nazis.
It's not a swastika.
That was my.
It's got equal armed. It's not the.
Yeah, crosses are a little different. I mean, because relatively minor changes in two different crosses would make them not conflict. This is not a three on Fliffelt or anything that would be so closely associated. This is a very standard, basic, almost Jerusalem cross.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this is missing is the 4 little crosses in each of the quadrants.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I looked at it, and I did not think that way at all. So,
No.
It reminds me of the Black Power salute from the Olympic Games a little bit. So that comes into question.
I think it's more so now because of all the new media stuff, I think is where that's running into.
That was my thought as well. It's because everyone is tossing around that word nowadays that, this is happening. But I don't see anything that would be considered offensive with this.
Neither do I, because, I mean, if it was a swastika, that'd be one thing, but it's not a swastika.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I think we're reading too much into it. I think a red glove is just a red glove in this case.
Yeah, and the idea of a clenched gauntlet is so incredibly common that it's not something terribly unique. I mean,
my badge has a clenched gauntlet on it.
Mine, yeah.
86. I mean, we've got a Tower Vert charged with a cross potent. Let's see.
I think the commenter was just being a bit overly cautious. I don't see offensive armory anywhere in this.
No.
Neither do I. I think, like I said, from me just gleaning over that particular comment is literally from the more recent trends of events is where that's coming in, is because of the most recent stuff with the neo-Nazi movements and all that is where they're coming in with that.
Are the neo-Nazis starting to use crosses potent now?
No, we're just saying that this person is just, he's reading into it too much because of what's going on, basically. So,
I mean, if every hate group in the world decides to start adopting our heraldic charges, we're screwed.
True enough.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put this. I'm just going to put this out here. None of y'all ever better use scissors. So.
Okay.
All right.
If you think about it, it looks a lot like the badge of the emblem of the Galactic Empire in Star Wars.
You know what you can always do is you can make a slight mention that commenters thought it might be offensive.
No, because commenter is not commenters.
That's true.
Yeah.
One commenter.
Yeah, there wasn't enough people on that side to really make me, besides bringing it up because it's there, to say, hey,
it's an
we have a
outlier
problem
comment
here.
that I think you can ignore for the purposes of processing this further along the path.
Yes, exactly. So it's going up.
It's going up because with one comment, it's not warrants for sending back for a redraw or redo or whatever, especially with all the newer events and all that.
Even if there was like 3 commenters that said the same thing, you probably should send something up. Anything that's potentially offensive, you should probably send up anyways.
I think this is too far away from being potentially offensive to be
He is saying that it's currently being used for the neo-Nazi party in Lithuania or something.
Well, yeah, but all of our heraldic charges are used by a hate group somewhere. One of the things that saves us is they're not big enough for us to go through and say this is a concern.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
I don't know of any hate groups using a pantheon. Just
I mean, It's not like what this is sable a pile pointed argent.
Yeah, or if it was red and black.
You can't do that. It's a violation of tincture.
Well, yeah, fimbriating the cross or something like that. You know, I mean,
and
then you might run into the color similarity with a lot of what the Nazis used, but this is not. I just don't see it.
we also have.
So I think we're in violent agreement here.
Yes. So
yeah, just send it up.
So we're gonna send it up. We did have a suggested reblazon to say, instead of saying a gauntlet clinch, to say a clinch gauntlet.
Yes.
Isn't that actually a gauntlet close?
I thought close was only for birds.
Close is a bird posture. This would be, I believe all of these
I have a book.
are registered as clinch.
You have a book?
Alexander, you have how many libraries? Like, of course he has a book. I've been to his house. He has an entire library within 3 steps of that very chair.
No, it's further than that. It's a big house.
All right, so
Okay. Oh yeah, that library. That one's a little bit further, like 10 steps.
so my badge.
Oh, you're talking about that library, not that library.
What about your badge? What about your badge, Ulrich?
My badge was passed in December 2012. Was Azure a gauntlet clenched within an annulet argent? So a gauntlet clenched is how Laurel decided it was supposed to be.
Well, then let's leave it that way.
Well, then we will keep the original blazon then.
Yay.
I did a thing.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Ulrich.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to number 4. Hedda Harlander, a new device. Ghouls, scaly ore. On a pale ore, a gillyflower ghouls slipped and leaves vert.
So much
You don't
red.
see many. You don't see many scaly devices field treatments.
No.
I think it's quite pretty.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't until I was really starting to dive into Misttone that I knew that scaly was a thing. So.
Yeah.
I like it. It's nice.
I believe due to the fact that the majority with the way this field treatment works is that the background is actually considered ghouls.
Yes. For purposes of contrast, it is.
Yeah. So
this is not a contrast issue. What we need to find out is if there's a too similar a flower on a pail.
yes, because we do not have a conflict check.
Let me check here and see what I can find out.
Is there even a conflict check list for flowers? I can't remember as far as if there's one for full flowers.
There would be various. There are subcategories of flowers.
Of flowers, yeah. Let's see here. We've got.
Any chance that flower looks slightly trying?
I think it's okay.
I don't think. No, I think that's a pretty standard flower display.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a Trian aspect.
Let's see. Multi-petaled, I think is what we're going to be looking for. Flower multi-petaled. And let's see, we're not, it's not going to.
And I think that's how I've seen all gillyflowers depicted.
Right. It's very, let's see, flower, where's multi-petaled? Come on, baby. Flower multi-petaled. Okay, let's see. There's only 6 flowers registered, multi-petaled flowers registered on a pail. One of them's on a pale azure, 3 daisies. On a pale Bertrest azure, a daisy proper, but again, we've got a different color flower and a different color field and a different color pale. Azure on a pale argent, 3 daisies. Azure, nope. Azure on a pale between 2 anglets, blah, blah, nope. Lozenge or and purpure on a pale dovetailed marguerite slip, blah, blah, nope. or on a pale wavy 3 sunflowers. No, I'm not seeing anything with multi-petaled unless we check it, again, and that's for all colors.
I'm doing the same
Let's
check,
try,
checking flowers that are ghouls, and I'm not finding any conflicts here.
No,
Okay.
it's gonna be rose is what, a red rose, and none of those are gonna conflict either.
And that art is from Miss Holm.
Yeah, there's only three red, there's only 3 roses registered on a pail. And so far, nope. The closest thing I'm seeing is Vert on a pale or Mason Sable, a poppy of fronted ghouls. And so we've got the same color pail, we've got the same color flower, and a different color field. Let me look at this better. Vert on a pale or Mason Sable. Okay, that makes the pail different. Okay, that removes that problem.
They masoned the pail?
They masoned the pail.
Okay.
So even if the flowers looked similar, we've got a different color field and a different treatment on the pail.
Okay.
All I can
Cool.
think of, I've seen that one, and it's like, puppies will make you sleep, Dorothy.
Yes, really. The yellow poppy on the yellow brick road.
All right.
Poison puppies.
Okay, I think that's clear.
All right, then we'll go ahead and send Heddas up.
And that art is from Miss Holm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely from Miss Tom.
I haven't been
I found
spending
it.
I haven't been spending a lot of time on Mist Home lately due to something I'm working on, and yeah.
Well, it's nice
somebody-
to finally have it online instead of having to leaf through my old copy of the Pick Deck.
Yeah.
All right, so
I love it 'cause I don't have the picnic, so it makes it very easy for me to find art that I do not have in my stash.
So going on number 5,
and add to it your collection.
we have Jacob Moore.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new device per bend sinister sable and ghouls on a bend sinister argent 3 crosses Cleachy.
Yeah.
Palewise vert.
It's Cletchy.
It's what?
I think it's Cletchy.
Cletchy.
I think so too. On a bend. Charge plain line. What's let's see. Argent. Okay. On a bend charge plain line argent.
Cypher.
If we find any crosses here.
Cypher did posted his actual conflict checking and said that he found no conflict.
5. There's 28 crosses on bends registered. So let me just flip through here. A fleur de lis, a top cross. Okay. Azure on a bend argent 3 crosses, couped, paled wise azure, different type of cross, different field, and also different color cross, so that's okay. Azure. No. 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 A lot of these are on a bend between crosses.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when simple
3
devices.
Azure on a bend between 2 quadrants, argent 3 crosses, couped azure, that's not a conflict. On a bin between two towers, as you know, that takes that care of that. Take off the secondaries. Azure on a bin codist argent, 3 Latin crosses, fleury, pale wise azure. These are fair, they're not. Same field, okay. I'm about halfway there. Which is 6 crosses, bend, okay. Nope.
Okay then.
I'm almost there, and I'm still not seeing anything.
Yeah, like I said, Cypher put his actual search in the comments, and he said he found no conflicts.
Yeah, I didn't either. I've been through all of them, and none of them are that have crosses on a bend, and none of them are conflict. You either have different color crosses and field, because I'm not running across any fields that are divided per bend sinister or any other way. They're almost all solid, and they have different numbers, different colors. So I think we're clear on that.
Okay. Then we will move on to number 6, Jacopo Cantante. Cantante.
Jacopo Cantante.
It's
they seem to think that the by name could be in a different form.
Yeah, the
Cantatori.
Because when I tried to verify, you can't. The genealogy page says it doesn't exist.
That's interesting.
You mean the cantante?
Yeah, it says the root word is not.
Yes, yeah.
Because the website
is
unavailable.
Well, the submitter seems to. It seems to be most important that it mean occupational for singer rather than it be in that particular form.
Right.
And if cantatori works and they don't have a problem with it. Now, is it Meridana that comes in, down at the bottom and says that there are other forms if in lowercase, cantatori, cantiori, cantorin, or cantor, that mean just literally that they're a singer, as opposed to being a by name. But I mean, cantatori seems like a nice. It's date. She's got dates on that for 1560. And Jacopo is dated to 1500, so you're talking just a 60-year difference there.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's been a bit since I've been to Family Search because now you need an account.
You know
What?
You need an
You're
account,
kidding.
but it's free.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
It hasn't been
Shut
that
up,
long
Alex.
since I've been to it, only about a month. So they must have really just started that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we going to do? Suggest that they change it to the always. Well, no, it's not cantatori. It's candiori. That's dated to 1560. Meridana is the one, Ariane is the one that provided cantatori.
Well, now, don't that do something?
All right.
Ouch.
All right, so I will contact the submitter And let me do double check.
Give them the different options and let them decide which one to go with.
Yes. Hold on.
Oh.
Can't really look at the documentation that she gave because okay, what did I miss?
Alexander and I are being the bad kids and texting.
Fortunately, nobody can get to my house and take away my phone.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
It just has to do with
I think
cucumbers. Don't
Thornton
worry
is
about it.
closest.
That didn't help matters.
We didn't.
Page 58.
Especially since part of the other part of the conversation is Kenneth's butt.
You realize this is being recorded, dude.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes,
One
you
of
are
those squires-
broadcasting
one of those other
this to
squires
the
is gonna take
entire
it to me.
internet, Matthias.
We're just gonna have to say spelling matters. Remember,
I did.
kids, spelling and grammar matter.
Yeah, but I meant that carrot thing.
All right. So yeah, I am going to
Children.
I'm going to send this up with Meridana's choices and see what they like. So we'll go from there. So I'll make my note there. All right, so moving on to number 7. Memre on Vin.
Boivin, I would say.
Well, Van.
All right, we have a new name.
Hey, wait a minute.
name-
Adelaide's here. She's our French expert.
Keep going.
We have a new name, a new device. Oscar did come up with a couple of possible conflicts.
Okay.
Those do not appear to me to be conflicts.
Submitting Herald testing. So that means it's only been attested by one Herald.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
It needs to be attested by 2 Heralds or
Yeah.
a Herald and an officer.
So I will be contacting the submitter and saying, "Hey, I am going to need a scan of your driver's license."
With some information redacted.
Yeah.
And you can't have an authentic name if you're using legal name allowance. But
Not the whole name. You can use one name element.
It still doesn't make it
No.
authentic.
It doesn't make it authentic at all.
Oh, no.
By definition, it destroys the authenticity request.
Yeah.
Right, it does, because she's requesting authenticity 1300 France, and she uses the name allowance, that's gone.
Yeah, it's 700 years out of space.
Unless somebody can find that given name in period. It's just.
And I'm wondering if her legal's name's going to have the accent over it.
probably not. But
Is that going to be an issue?
It would be if she's using the legal name allowance, because it has to be in the form that it is in its legal form.
What group is this from? Is this submission from?
No, let me grab the. Oh wait, I already had it up. Duh.
Owl's Nest.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Isn't that where our beacon is?
No, Beacon is in
Also
Beaufort.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Beacon's in Beaufort.
Okay, because somebody's going to need to mention that Wikipedia is a great starting point, but not something you want to document.
Yeah, and that was, I think that was
Yeah, it's mentioned in there, but
Yeah, it's like right off the bat. It's like, no. But we were.
By the way,
Yes. So Cypher was able to find it in a.
I would be much more likely to believe the Boivin form without the hyphen in it than I would the hyphenated form anyway.
it was found 3 times as the submitter submitted it in the document that I linked there. The names in the 1292 Census of Paris.
Okay, and in that case, then that is a good source.
So, random question. On the form, does she accent the legal name on the form?
Yes.
Okay, then there is a possibility that her name might be accented.
Actually, I can't tell if that's an accent on the E or an apostrophe after the E.
No, it appears to be an accent on the E. Well,
No, I'm talking on the form, not on the.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my eyes on it right now. Okay, how did I end up with that one? This is not the form I'm looking for.
It's the very last one in that folder.
So how is that pronounced? Memory?
I guess.
memoir.
No, it wouldn't be that. It'd be memory.
Memory.
I would say going off the actual
English,
name
not
form,
French.
that is an accent over because it's like dead middle over it. So,
Okay.
but yes, but I will grab them and say, hey, listen, you need more than one person to say that they've seen your driver's license in order to use your Monday name allowance without sending in.
Mm-hmm.
Get in touch with Cypher because he's also the consulting herald on this.
Oh, is he?
Cypher ought to know better than that.
He's new.
We'll just have to make sure that Viking gives him a slap on the wrist for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. He'll have to spend the first day of 40 year in the stocks at the consult table.
Actually, if you do something like that, what you should do is have to provide for the next heraldic social.
Yeah.
That's one way out of it.
All right. Get back to Oscar here. All right. So I'll contact them about their legal name allowance and saying, hey, listen, one herald is, according to our rules, one herald is not enough. We need, I need to see it. I could tell her that, block out the number, block out your address, but I need to see the name.
Yeah.
All right, so after that, let's go ahead and move on to the device. Argent, a bear, rampant sable, and on a chief ghouls between 2 bunches of grapes, a cup argent.
Let's see. Beast bear.
Do we need to specify that its claws and tongue are red?
No,
That's like just a license, so you don't have to put Langdon they used to do it a lot more than they do now. Now they pretty much just don't.
Yeah, unless you're doing it for something specific, you can arm and lang them, but you basically got to pick a color, and it doesn't matter for the terms of submission what colors they use there.
Legit.
Yeah, very legit. We have documentation.
I don't doubt this, Alexander.
I have a book.
I was gonna say, he'll go get
Over
a book.
this.
Just one book?
Of course.
I have a bunch of books.
I got an awesome book in the mail this week. I got the MCMA.
I mean, this one?
Ooh.
Yeah.
And what is this?
I got Judicial
Yes.
Combat for Christmas.
That's the Japanese book.
Ah,
Ah.
Serafina,
Ah,
I am going to have to steal you with that being for the Japanese. Is that for the device or the names? Or is it?
This is the names, but I do have the Japanese. I do have the heraldry book too.
I do too.
But I only have the PDF format.
I am going to have to steal you later because I am trying to work on. I have a client wanting to do their Japanese name, and I have not been getting much of anywhere on the group.
Matthias, I will have these books with me at 40th year.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he has nothing else on his mind.
I'm a little preoccupied at 40 year.
Friday night?
I can do Friday. Friday works.
There you go.
I wish I could go to Meridies 40 year. Unfortunately, I'm committed elsewhere.
Oh.
Matthias thinks that he's going to be calm Friday of 40 year. I think that's adorable.
You know what? I have all Saturday to stress out.
You'll be stressing out before then.
Yeah.
However, there's a decent number of Atlanteans going to 40 year.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we can get Mad Dog to show up. Granted, I'm not
Probably,
gonna get to go.
probably not. It's probably
Okay, I've gone through all the bears, rampant sable, and I'm not finding any conflicts.
okay. All
But
right.
I know Bambi's going. Allison. I know Etienne's going.
Oh, Entienne's another one that I want to meet, and I haven't been able to go to an event since 2007. This is,
Oh, blimey.
yeah. Mundane life sucks.
Yeah, I don't want one.
I wish I didn't have to have a mundane life. I wish I
Same, right?
Hey, I spent the first 45 minutes of this call doing work for my job.
I work from
All
home.
right. So,
My hair is my job.
I'm in recovery right now.
But yeah, Meridian 40 years the opposite Kingdom 12th Night, and Kingdom 12th Night is 30 minutes from my house.
Guys, I hate to interrupt, but can we finish this
Yeah.
last item on the letter?
so
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah. So,
I'm looking checking out other colored bears, and I'm still not finding anything.
then we probably have a good shot here. So, other than commenting the submitter on the name, I believe both items is going to be able to go up.
I'm down to Vert, and I don't see anything. Nope. I'm not finding anything.
Alrighty.
The chief ghouls, and the particular charges that they've got seem to be clearing everything I'm coming across.
All right, then with that, then we'll go ahead and close out this letter, and I'll be commenting contacting the submitters that I need to contact here within the next couple of days, and we will get this ready to go out on July 1st or January 1st. I'm sorry, January 1st.
We're not halfway through the next year yet.
Yeah.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us here tonight.
So you realize that we're 2.5 pelicans?
2.5.
I don't know. I need to take some weight off, so I might make up for the other half.
So why is there half a pelican?
Because Matthias is getting elevated.
Because he's not elevated yet.
Patent pending.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
All right. So that
When
being
that
said,
happens, somebody should notify Emma.
we are going to close out this letter. Thank you for being here with you. This will be my last time with you. I leave you in the capable hands of the Honorable Lord Ulrich and and his wonderful small beacon in training. So I bid you all a fond adieu, and I will catch you at events. Take care. Good
It's
night.
been a pleasure.
Bye.